LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga is just filled with so many details, Easter eggs, quotes, memes, just everything you could ask from a LEGO Star Wars game. So I thought we'd go over 20 Easter eggs and references I've found already. We're probably gonna have plenty of more videos like this one on the channel, so make sure to drop a like and leave your favorite Easter eggs and findings from the game in the comment section below. But now, let's jump straight into it. QuiGon actually has this Taken reference, another role that Liam Neeson has played, in case you didn't know, because every time QuiGon goes up to some type of puzzle that requires the Force, he will say, I have a particular set of skills that will come in handy here.
I have a particular set of skills that will come in handy here.
Which is a reference to this scene from Taken.
I can tell you I don't have money, but what I do have are a very particular set of skills. I will find you, and I will kill you.
When you're playing as Han in episode 4 and you're piecing together the Falcon in order to actually escape from Mos Eisley and so on, he actually says the following.
Get out of here in one piece, rather than 7,000 little ones.
And this is actually a sneaky little reference to the Millennium Falcon UCS Lego set, which actually totals to around 7,000 pieces. I think around 7,500 to be more specific, but it's the biggest and grandest of the Millennium Falcon Lego sets. So I thought it was a pretty small yet very cool reference to the real world Lego sets. Not so much an Easter egg, but unfortunately very rare, which is the fact that you can fire rocket launchers, flamethrowers and those kind of weapons if you're playing as a trooper. The only place I've found this was on Starkiller Base and the Death Star. Right there I picked up a rocket launcher and, well, blew up some Imperials. I also managed to pick up this rapid fire blaster, which was really cool. Unfortunately, I only used this for like 1 minute of my whole playthrough, so I really wish they were more prominent in the game. Landos Wardrobe. In episode 5, the level between Luke and Vader. On this section of the level, there's a bunch of closed doors where you have to find Vader, and in one of them you can actually find Landos Wardrobe. And there's like 12 capes in here because, well, Lando loves his capes, and I like that Luke actually comments on it as well.
Who needs this many capes?
You can kill Younglings in the game. I mean, I'm not sure how much of an Easter egg that is, but it's obviously a huge meme, and I'm not sure if it's intentional or not, but a lot of people told me, no, you can't kill them, you can't. So obviously I had to try when I went there with Obi-Wan, and you can cut them down Anakin style. They even start running around and screaming as soon as you hit them with a lightsaber, and there's even this little Youngling here eating an ice cream cone. Well, he still got the Anakin treatment no matter what. There's a bunch of holiday special characters available in the game that you can use code to unlock. I'll put those codes on the screen right now. For C3PO, Darth Vader, Dio, Gonk Droid, Chewie and Poe Dameron, all with their cheeky little holiday outfits, and coupled with the duplication glitch you can get your whole holiday squad together like in the gameplay in the background, which I thought was pretty cool. In the episode 9 intro cinematic, when we were first introduced to Exegol and Palpatine and all these clones and Snokes in tanks and all that kind of stuff, we can actually spot another familiar face in these tanks. Jar Jar is apparently being stored in one of those Bacta cloning tanks or whatever it is. So I think that's proof, if anything, that Jar Jar is indeed a Sith Lord. So obviously Palpatine would clone him and try to transfer his essence, because if Jar Jar was Palpatine's master, he's probably pretty powerful with the Force. Seriously though, I think it's just there because he's really hilarious in this game, and it made use of his humor very well. The entire game is literally like a celebration to prequel memes, which I absolutely love. For instance, this protocol droid stands close to the Tusken Raider camp that, well, obviously you have to go with Anakin, although we don't get to see it, he slaughters them all. And the protocol droid says the following if you talk to him: this is a Tusken Raider camp, home of not just the men, but the women and the children too. What a fascinating bunch. Just straight out of prequel memes. I'm loving that they embrace it and just add these little quotes and additions to the game that just gives you a genuine chuckle when you first see it. As you probably know by now, all of the bosses have these kind of like intro cinematics or intro text in Aurebesh that can then be translated to usually something funny. But I liked Maul's in particular, because his one actually says "red dude with bad attitude." Yeah, so obviously fits pretty well, because he's very angry. He's more angry than Palpatine on average, I would say. So not the best attitude, but I thought that was a pretty funny translation. I found this very strange secret room in the Jedi Temple library, where you have to actually first shoot through this window and then break apart a protocol droid to get in there, and then kind of put together the droid again to actually be able to look around. And the weird thing is that you can find like a broken gonk droid in there, some droid parts, and even a spider web with a live spider in it that moves around. But I didn't actually find any reward in there. There wasn't a kyber brick in there, and honestly there's kyber bricks like all over the game, so I was surprised that there wasn't an actual reward in there, but it was just like an Easter egg room, which I thought was pretty cool. And how the hell does droid parts get into the Jedi Temple? That's quite interesting. Maybe you will get some reward later in the game, but as of now I didn't really find anything in there except for all these parts scattered on the ground. You can actually find the OG Lego Star Wars cover floating in this little box on Naboo. And yeah, the Lego Star Wars game that started it all, and if you actually hit the box, the CDs will actually float up to the surface quickly. So just a very small but very nice Easter egg found in the world. There's so many cool idle animations in this game, but I think my favorite Easter egg is actually if you wait long enough with Anakin, he will go into an idle animation where his lightsaber flashes quickly to red, and then he kind of hits it and he goes back to blue, then to red, and then to blue again, and then he becomes happy again. Obviously a reference to the fact that he falls to the dark side, but the fact that they went out of the way to animate that is something I really appreciate, because it makes, well, being AFK more fun, although you don't usually look at the screen when you're AFK, but you get my point. Absolutely love this post-Order 66 moment with Palpatine here when you're trying to escape from Kashyyyk. It's a big chance that a lot of you might have missed it, because it's not actually part of a cinematic and you can just walk straight past it if you want to, but Palpatine has this lengthy monologue here on the hologram where he thinks he gets put on hold and is trying to figure out his frequencies, how to get to Jango, Grievous, Dooku and so on, and how he's gonna change his voicemail to say Emperor now. I don't know, there's just so many great lines from Palpatine in this game, including this one. Sam Witwer, the voice actor, must have had so much fun recording all these lines for Palpatine throughout the entire game.
I can't believe this. Nobody puts me on hold. I am Chancellor Palpatine. I am Darth Sidious. I'm the Emperor. But, well, let's put it this way. I am the Senate.
On Tatooine, you can actually find this really creepy haunted house in Mos Espa, which is home to a ghost droid called Nobot. And in Legends, this is actually a droid that is said to have witnessed the murder of a pregnant girl and was surrounded by the dark side of the Force and kind of lurked around creeping in Mos Espa. And in the game, they've actually made this house really creepy, and when you get in there, you kind of see him run away and just disappear with a kyber brick. And then if you find this key, you can open a little hatch where you split a protocol droid, go to that room and unlock a kyber brick. And the mission is actually called Ghost Protocol, which I thought was pretty funny. Another strange little gimmick slash animation that I noticed, I don't know if this always happens, but when you're playing the episode 3 duel with Anakin and Obi-Wan on Mustafar and Anakin actually kills you, he starts laughing and doing this little booty shake. It's really weird, and I couldn't actually hit him for a couple of seconds after this. I'm not sure if that's intentional, but the fact that he just starts laughing and starts doing a booty shake when he kills Obi-Wan, that could definitely have been an interesting alternate ending to episode 3 if Anakin happened to win the duel. In the boss fight with Darth Maul during the episode 1 level, you can actually spot this little Orchestra of Droids playing Duel of the Fates here on the side of the map. You can kill them if you want to, but I love that there's some with like a trumpet, a saxophone and a flute. And unfortunately, when I played through the game the first time, I played without music, so it didn't really make a lot of sense that time, but the second time I had it with music and the Easter egg actually made sense. One of the levels in episode 6 is actually called the Chewbacca Defense, and this is actually a reference to a South Park episode called Chef Aid.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Chewbacca.
Where they use the Chewbacca defense in court. It's actually a way to confuse and mislead the jury, and it even has a Wikipedia entry, but it originated from South Park, so I think it's pretty funny that they actually named the level in the game after that.
Damn it! What? He's using the Chewbacca defense!
On the absolute first level of episode 1, once you've actually moved the chairs into order, they start dancing around, and this is a reference to the first Lego Star Wars game, or the Complete Saga, where the chairs can do the same exact thing. And I'm happy that they're paying a lot of homage to the old LEGO Star Wars games in this game by references such as this one, as well as of course the LEGO box art that I talked about earlier in the video. Lastly, I wanted to mention the random banter between the characters in the game. On my current playthrough, I haven't unlocked a lot of characters, so there's probably going to be a lot more of this in the game, but for instance, if you spawn in as C3PO and Chewbacca, you will see C3PO complaining about Chewbacca, please don't rip him into parts, and Chewbacca starts laughing.
If we must embark on a mission together, could I please ask that you refrain from pulling me apart?
Same thing if you go with C3PO and R2-D2, where C3PO once again complains because he's always so worried that something is gonna happen to him.
Whenever you say that, we always end up in trouble. Can we please have one adventure that doesn't end in almost certain destruction?
There's probably hundreds of these character combinations you can do, so if you've heard any of them yourself, feel free to drop a comment below with your favorite in-between character banters. But that brings this video to an end. I hope you guys enjoyed this Easter egg reference video for LEGO Star Wars Skywalker Saga. If you want to see more videos like this, please let me know in the comments below, as I have a lot of fun making them. And it's fun to just go around and look at the little details in the game when you play, and not rush the game like I did during my first playthrough. That wasn't very fun. So looking into every little corner of the game is a lot more fun. But yeah, that brings this video to an end. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.